Hi, it's Caitlin and I'm here today with some new polishes from Bluebird Lacquer. So that Polish with Ray is always the go-to swatcher for Bluebird Lacquer, but she's still enjoying her time with her newborn baby, and I'm happy to be swatching these Bluebird Lacquers for all of you, and hopefully I do them justice in the way that Rachel would have. So for Star Wars fans, you're going to be pretty excited because I have a May the 4th set of polishes. There are 2 polishes for the dark side and 2 polishes for the light side, and they will be sold as a dark side duo and a light side duo. These will be launching on April 14th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the Bluebird Lacquer shop. For anyone who's interested, I will link that down in the description. And I'm actually really excited to show these off, and I do love Star Wars, so let's get into it. I'm going to start with the dark side duo. So this one is called The Fault in Our Death Star, and this one is a beautiful lavender-based shattered hollow with a lime green to gold shifting shimmer. So this polish is really nice to work with. I found it to have a really good formula, and it definitely is a sheer polish, so you will want to build it up in 3 coats to get maximum coverage and shimmer payoff, but it builds up really easily. I found that each coat of polish dried quickly, and it does dry down dull, so you will want a glossy top coat to bring out that hollow, and I'll show that to you in a second. This would also work really nicely as a topper because it is very even, as you saw on the first coat. So this is very versatile, and the shimmer in this one blew me away. I'm really excited for you to see it. And this is it in 3 coats. And as you can see, it does sort of dry down dull. So I'm applying Cuticula Limitless top coat to bring back the shine and of course help my nail polish last a lot longer. And the top coat really brings out the shimmer in particular, and the shimmer in this is phenomenal. So I absolutely love this polish, and there's just something really beautiful about it. It's super delicate, but also sort of punchy with the shimmer and the shift to it. So I'm very excited to wear this one again. I tried really hard to capture the shifts, but I didn't do it justice, I don't think. You'll see it in a second, but it looks so good in the sun. I just love the colors in here. You know, I'm a sucker for anything lavender, and in particular, I love lavender with green. That's one of my favorite color shifts, and it works super, super well here. Next up in the dark side duo, we have Every Rose Has Its Thrawn, and this one is a magnetic multichrome that shifts emerald to blue, and it also has iridescent blue shifting flakes in it, which really show up beautifully once you apply the magnet. This has a really good formula. It was one of those polishes that if you were choosing to wear it unmagnetized would be opaque in 1 coat, but I will recommend 2 coats if you're planning to apply a magnet. And as you can see, the magnetic effect is super responsive. I'm just using a bar magnet, and it caught all of the pigment and created a really beautiful line. Once again, you can see how those flakes really appear after you apply the magnet. I just love when you apply a magnet and then you get to see all these elements that weren't as obvious before you apply the magnet. And I will recommend 2 coats for this one, and I recommend you applying the magnet after the first coat and the second coat, and of course after top coat, which is my best practice for making sure you have a strong line. And this one is very Star Warsy. It just does a really good job of evoking outer space and the feeling of that. So this is it in 2 coats, and again, I will recommend top coat because I always do, but the flakes just give a tiny bit of texture that most people, I would assume, don't want, so top coat will take care of that. And I didn't experience any staining or anything with this polish, even though it has a dark base. It just has a really good formula, and I really enjoyed working with it, and I'm realizing more and more just how amazing Bluebird Lacquer is when they come to their magnetic polishes. They do such a good job. So here's the polish in 2 coats plus top coat, and this one blew my mind when I started moving my hands around. The shifts in this one are very intense. It's very outer spacey, but also very aquatic looking, and I just love everything about it. It looks incredible in every single lighting. I don't think there's anything I can find fault with in this polish. I just think it is absolutely gorgeous. Next, we're going to look at the light side duo, and these 2 polishes that you will see now are going to be sold together. And this one is called Friend or Poe, and it is described as a silver shattered hollow with a purple to pink shimmer and blue and purple to pink sparkles. So this one is similar in the formulation to the Fault in Our Death Star, where it builds up well in 3 coats. I would recommend doing 3 thin coats versus 2 thicker coats. That just ensures everything goes on really evenly. And these hollow sparkles are really beautiful. They catch the light really nicely, but they also have a really cool sort of metallic-y look to them, which I really enjoy, and it's definitely very cyborg spacey. So as you can see, by the time I apply the 3rd coat, you've got full opacity. It covers really well. Everything dries quickly. It's just a really good formula. And of course, I recommend glossy top coat just to bring out the hollow and the sparkle as much as possible. And I just love this one, and I'm excited to show it to you. So here it is in 3 coats plus top coat. It's super holographic, super rainbowy, very prismatic. This one, I sort of had a hard time catching the shimmer in it. It is there, but it was really hard for me to capture it for some reason. I'm not sure why, but thankfully the sun was out and you can see just how sparkly this is. It's just a really beautiful silver shattered hollow, and if you're into silver hollows, then I think you will absolutely love this one. Here we have Wind Dew Beneath My Wings, and this one is the 2nd polish in the light side duo, and this one is also a magnetic, so each duo has a shattered hollow and then a magnetic. This one's a magnetic multi-chrome that shifts from blue to purple to a magenta to gold. It also has a sprinkle of micro hollow and blue shimmering micro flakes. So this one is beautiful, as you probably can already tell, and the formula is really good. It's really easy to work with. I will recommend building this one up in 3 coats, and I recommend magnetizing every single one of the coats, and then of course again after you apply top coat. So this polish is so beautiful. I can't wait for you to see it. When I move my hands around, that's when you're going to get the full effect of it. But as you can see, it also builds up really well in two. If you wanted to leave it without applying the magnet, it would obviously be gorgeous, as you can see. But if you're applying the magnet, you could get away with 2 coats, but I was being sort of super picky and could see a bit of my nail through the polish where the magnet had moved everything. It wasn't as dark as I wanted, and I really want like a black nail polish with the magnetic stripe. So I recommend 3 coats if you're looking for a really deep, dark black with the magnetic stripe like I've achieved here. That's my recommendation, but this would also look amazing if you wanted to apply it over a black polish and just do 1 coat of the polish and a magnet. That's another option for you. And you might also be able to tell that this one does dry with like the tiniest bit of texture. So you will want a good glossy top coat. However, it wasn't difficult to remove and I didn't experience any staining either. It just had a really beautiful formula, and you probably know already that I'm a sucker for anything that looks like a galaxy, and this one really does look like a galaxy. So I will go in now with my Cuticula top coat. It will take care of any little bits of texture that you might see and just make everything come together and make the hollow pop. The reason why I apply my magnet after the top coat is just because I want a really sort of tight magnetic line. That's just my preference. And applying the magnet over the top coat as the top coat's drying will help to ensure that, instead of getting a more dispersed and spread out magnetic line. But if you like that, then do whatever you want. This is just how I apply magnetic nail polish and how I like to wear it and how I achieve the look that you're seeing here. So here it is in 3 coats plus top coat, and you can see how sparkly and beautiful the holographic effect is, but also how gorgeous the magnetic aspect to this polish is. I love that purple golden shift that you get at more extreme angles. I am just a sucker for polishes like this, and I really loved playing around with this one and showing it off because it really looks beautiful in every possible lighting. So I will let you enjoy the polish. So if I had to pick a duo out of the 2 that I think is just a must-have, I'm gonna go with the Dark Side, and I just think both of those polishes are beyond stunning. They're absolutely gorgeous. They have amazing formulas. They're unique, they're beautiful, and I love them, but I also love the Light Side. So you can't go wrong with either. Maybe just get both. Let me know in the comments if you're planning on picking up any of these duos. Let me know if you're a Star Wars fan, and have a great day wherever you are. Bye.